my side, NIMSDAI, a big inspiration. Like you, it couldn't have been a better team, I think, with how you stitched it and whatever was shot. And I found it so interesting that NIMSDAI had his life documented, like, and seeing Nepali footage inside it, like I could be shooting those kind of things. So you guys moved me, you guys inspired me. I think tomorrow I'm going to wake up as a different person, man. Thank you so much. Amazing.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Can you tell us about the music in the film?
Yes.
Yeah, so the music's composed by a UK composer called Nainita Desai, who is, when you meet her, she's kind of 5 foot tall, very kind of genteel, very humble lady. But then we kind of, when we started talking about the film very early on, you know, I think Nims and I were very on the same page in terms of we wanted it to be a thrilling action adventure, and the music really needed to match the cinematography and the scale of the project. So she kind of took everything to 11 and yeah, did an incredible job.
I have a question for Nirmal, if you don't mind.
Send it.
First of all, thank you very much.
Thank you, brother.
We fucking love you.
Oh.
What next? Is it going to be Moon or Mars?
Both.
Well, next is I think we're just gonna go out and have party, right? I think, as I said on the film, honestly, I haven't even started it, so stay tuned. That's all I can say, brother. Any more questions? Yes.
Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi. I've only heard about you, Nepali, but I got to see you today. So firstly, thank you for sharing your story with us and inspiring us. After watching your documentary, when I think of tenacity, courage, bravery, I think of NIMSDAI, Quantschnigg. So my question is, since we all know that you were in the SAS and obviously being part of the SAS is daring and filled with uncertainties of its own, would you say you being in the SAS sort of prepared you for the uncertainties that you would possibly face whilst climbing the mountains? But then again, you did say like climbing was like the easiest part for you.
I think, look, the story is here. Well, by the way, I was in SAS, I was in SBS, slightly better. You know, and I was diving and obviously all that stuff to make it tougher. And look, when I resigned from the Special Forces after serving 16 years in the British military, when I had only 6 years to get full pension, right? And it will go back to like, I'm the Rajasthan questions, everybody's question, right? Why? I think what I took from the Special Forces to this event is a lot, but I'm just gonna talk about one thing, the centrality of the mission. Okay, what I mean by that. So what you saw on the film is like when I was shot, obviously I was brought down into ground, and that's it. But what you didn't see is what happened after that. Okay, yes, I was shot, I was in the ground, my primary weapon was out of the window, so that wasn't working, but I still withdraw my pistol and keep fighting. Keep fighting for 24 hours. Why? Well, because if I don't do that, it's one Special Forces operator in the ground. If I don't do that, it's one less of night visions on the ground. If I don't do that, it's one less of arc in the ground. And what that would have done. That was the biggest, I'm not lying you guys, that was the biggest battle that SBS has ever fought in the history. Centrality of the mission was key, because if every SF operators had just look after themselves and deviate from that mission, we wouldn't be able to win that battle. Maybe I wouldn't be here. And the exactly same thing on the mission. When I went for the fundraising, it's very tough in our culture, you know, as in the film, we don't ask, but I had to. And some people even criticized me so much that I was in tears. I was in tears. But then I stopped myself. People didn't know. And it was from our people, guys. I'm going to be very honest. It was from our Nepalese society. We were only giving probably 10 or 20 pounds. Okay, it's still a money. But they were saying, yeah, he's climbing for himself. Why do we give him money? But they didn't know what I had given for this project. I had not only given up my job security, not pension, I had sold my house. They hadn't seen that. They haven't even seen the level of the work I did for the UK government. It's a very high profile, but it does, you know, I'm also human, I have a heart as well. But, oh yes, I was in tears, but again, I wipe away and I said, you know what? My mission wasn't that. My mission was to show the world, doesn't matter where you come from, nothing is impossible. Equally, I wanted to raise the name of Nepalese climbers. That was the mission statement, not about how I feel and what I see and what my personal agenda was. Centrality of the mission was the key, and that's what I took from the Special Forces. And guys, today, there's loads of lesson here. Look, not everybody likes everybody, and I don't expect everybody to like me, but it's the story of someone who came from really humbling background, but through his hard work, being able to dream big with a bigger vision, hard work, dedication, commitment, here I am. I'm on the top of the world. It's for everybody out there. So if you even take 10% away from these guys, whatever you do, probably you have to watch this 10 times, guys, to take everything. Honestly, I'm not selling this, but you know, you will achieve something in your life. And I truly believe in that. Thank you. Next question. Yes, brother.
Hello, NIMSDAI. First of all, congratulations for this wonderful documentary for you and the team. My question is, I was so invested in this show that after you summited Mount Annapurna, you saved a guy. Do you know any whereabouts of him or what happened to him? Or has he ever contacted you after you saved his life? Thank you.
So, yes, we brought him down to Kathmandu. Unfortunately, he passed away. And it's the life. Nirvana, brother, any questions? I give you my mic, you know.
I'll return this to you. I'm speechless, obviously. Many congratulations to you, David, entire crew, director. I think after watching this, I think there are no questions left to be unanswered by you, right? But I think as a friend, I just want to really, I think on behalf of all of us, give a really big round of applause to your beautiful wife, Suchi. It was always good.
Thank you, brother. I think loads of people were taking pictures with me. I think they're gonna take pictures with her after this. But yeah, without her, I wouldn't be here where I am today. Suchi, where are you? Oh, she's there. Yes. Yes, next question.
Hi, this is not my question. I think my little daughter is trying to
Oh, okay. Hello.
and ask the question. I don't know what it is.
Why did you choose to be a mountaineer?
Wow. I choose to be a mountaineer because I wanted to stay alive. I wanted to stay in the moment. What I mean by that is, look, even when I was organizing this event, my God, how much stress it was. Hell of, honestly. So listen, sweetheart, when you are on that moment where the only things that matter is about staying alive, you live in the moment. You don't care about how much money you have to pay for your mortgage. You don't worry about if Mr. X is saying something bad to you or good to you. Nothing matters. You just live on the moment. And also the big mountains make me very humble. Obviously, you see how arrogant I am. So, you know, yeah, thank you. Yes?
Wonderful, amazing, loved it, so proud of you. Thank you for all that you've done. Hi, sorry about that.
Yes, yes.
I think my voice is loud enough.
Yes.
What would you like to say to your mother after all this? And what would she have said after having watched this movie if she was here today?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Look, guys. As you all see, when I gave up my career in the special forces, I was the biggest financial contributor to my family. I used to send my mom and dad directly money from my paycheck every month. And she was living in a small, rented room in Kathmandu. We're from Chitwan, so we had a house in Chitwan, but she was there for 2 years. I wanted to move my mom and dad in the same roof. That was my biggest mission. But when this mission came into my crazy idea, not only I suffer, my mom and dad, they didn't receive their paycheck. Massive instability to my wife. My brother didn't, who's like my dad, who sent me to boarding school, didn't even spoke to me for 3 months. Massive stress, but what I had believed was my contribution and my family contribution for the bigger aim and objective, which you saw on this movie, means nothing. I thought we have the bigger impact. I would do the bigger impact. That's what I believed in. I have always hope. Hope is my God, right? So after the project, I worked around like a mad dog. I was literally in 24 hours, country to country, doing motivation speaking, making money. And finally, I bought the house in Kathmandu. Tried to move my mom and dad. Kathmandu is a very expensive place, very, very expensive place. And I tried to move my mom and dad, but literally 2 hours before I land, she passed away. That's the biggest regret I have, but hey, look, life is never perfect, right? No one is perfect. I did my best, and just the biggest thing is she was there to witness, the success. And Malvika, just to answer your questions, we came from such a humble background. I used to stay in Park Village Hotel. I ordered mineral water, Torquil, and my mom said, "Son, can you afford this?" And I said, "Mom, I'm a big dog here now. They pay me now to have this." And they were like, she couldn't believe it. But I think when she came to pick us up in helicopter, and when there was a big reception in Kathmandu where our British ambassador was there with the flag of United Kingdom and Nepal, just right at the airport, big band playing out there, the media, and I think probably she got a bit idea of what I was doing. So hey, here it is. Yes, another question.
Sorry, I'm taking so much time. Sorry about that.
Hello, mic check. All right, this is working. Thank God, finally. One comment that I would definitely like to make is thank you so much for being a representation for the indigenous community of Nepal, because that is very hard to come. We have been underrepresented for such a long time. Adivasi janjati, jasari bujhनुहुन्छ jasle हैन. Thank you so much for representing the indigenous community of Nepal, and definitely we're very proud of you doing that. My last and final question is, when are you both, Suchi and you, coming to my show, Jeevan Sathi? This is an open public forum, and this is one of the reasons why I came here. So I have to meet your wife. I have to convince both of you to be on my show, because your well-wishers and your fans have been pestering me so much that I feel like they'll stop watching my show if you don't come to my show when you are in Nepal right now. I'm sorry. And for those who don't know, Jeevan Sathi is the show that I host. It's a couple show, it's a marriage show. So you have to be there. Please promise that right now in front of, 200 people. Yeah. Sorry to put you on the. I think this is the toughest thing that you've had.
Malvika, I think yes, we can discuss on that, and I would love to be there. So that's.
Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I'll pass on the mic.
Yeah.
NIMSDAI, we're so proud of you. The story that you've put forward to the world to watch is so inspiring. Thank you for showing this. Nepal, the world needs to see this, the Sherpa people. Everything, your high spirit that you showcased in the documentary is amazing. Nepal is so sundar, अब Netflix में संसारले देख्ने छ भन्दा मलाई पनि यस्तो गर्व feel भइरहेको छ, especially when we're from a cinema industry, and it's so important for us. Question is, you were climbing the mountain at the same time you had this zeal and energy to shoot yourself. Oh my God, how did you do that? And did you always knew that you would make a documentary, and how did Netflix come across the journey, man?
Yes, to answer your question, I always knew that I wanted to make documentary about this or feature film about this. And that's the reason why it's so tough to film your mom when it's so in that. Even you see like when the sponsors said, you know, we can't do that. So I had the vision, right? But I think everything what I did from climbing to making the whole movie, everything, that's why I call this is a people's project. And I think people who partner, you know, like my friends, you know, I made a media group, you know, Jimmy and all, you know, I think they saw why I was doing it. But now I will say one thing, guys, and please listen. We, as a Nepalese people, we are very एकदम त्यो के भन्छ कन्जुसाइ गर्छौँ के म एउटा कुरा भन्छु. Okay, sorry, I couldn't convert that in English, Torquil, you know, so. But you know, like, okay, you know what I mean by that?
We're like the Grinch.
You know, so when I was in the special forces, my Gurkha colleague would take pride amongst the British counterparts, saying, you know what, my friend, you know, one of our from unit, NIMSDAI is in special forces. He'd take pride, but he would never come and say, NIMSDAI, thank you for representing. He would never say that. He would never say that. No, right? Many people are here in this room who could have made the noise when I needed. Some of you probably ignore it, some people probably didn't know it, and we still didn't do that. Is that because we're not educated? Is that because arrogance? Or is that because we don't know how to appreciate? We need to fix that right now. Support the people who are doing good things. Alright? That's all I can say. I'm sorry, I'm just saying like, but there's no negativity in this, guys, you know, it's all for everybody. Right? So let's take pride in everything, and it's a unite force. Next question, sir, or ma'am.
You are my superhero, brother.
Love you, brother, love you, thank you. Yes, ma'am.
If I could just say a few things.
Yeah.
Okay. It's really not a question. I think first of all, on behalf of everybody, not only the Nepalese here, I mean globally, you are really something that we are so proud of. And thank you so much for everything you've done. After watching, you know, your movie, really, I mean, I have such a heavy feeling in my heart because, I mean, no matter what you did, all your, you know, everything that you achieved, but the love, you know, for your mother just shone through, and you know that has really made this movie so beautiful. Thank you so much. And I'm from the tourism board, so obviously I have to talk tourism. And but you know, NIMS I think is the greatest tourism ambassador that Nepal will ever have. I want to reflect back to here, just after they had finished, you know, after he had done the K2 winter ascent. Okay, we were deep in the middle of COVID, and tourism was nowhere in the, I mean, nobody was talking tourism, nobody was thinking tourism. And because of NIMS, right in the middle of all the death and devastation, Nepal was on every media, you know, and it was on CNN, BBC, the entire global media was covering Nepal only because NIMS and his team did the winter ascent for the first time of the K2. So thank you so much, and that really brought us back, you know, to where we have to be. So thank you so much, NIMS, and we are so grateful. And I must tell you, you know, you've seen that this guy is pretty cocky. So he was
always have to be.
He was coming back from Pakistan. So, and one of my colleagues, Shraddha, she's away right now. She's in the US studying. So they are friends. So she was, you know, everybody, I know the entire enemy, the TAN, everybody was like, oh, he's coming back and we have to do something. So obviously it would be this motorcycle, you know, rally and, you know, the welcome thing and all that. So that's what we were thinking of. And then probably a big media celebration and, you know, whatever at the tourism board, and then followed by a dinner. So Shraddha talks to him 2 days before he lands. So he said, well, I've just come back. And you know what the Pakistani government did? They helicoptered they choppered us back to Skardu, and then we had a welcome there, and then I met the Prime Minister and the President. So let's see what Nepal is going to do now. He said, here and that got us thinking. So we had less than, I think, maybe 30 hours to prepare for a really big welcome, and then we all scurried and hurried to the Prime Minister and everything, and then so he was honored by the Prime Minister the day he came back. Thank you so much,
Thank
Nims.
you, thank you guys. So guys, I will take last 2 questions, okay? So, oh my God, okay, is that, guys, ask Torquil as well. You know, he spent hours and hours like he's making this movie, and you know what? Honestly, brother, these guys are my people, and I just wanted to say thank you. Without you, we wouldn't be able to where we are in terms of the content of this movie. You know, so thank you, brother. Next question. Yes. Okay, back. Now next, team log is within you. Maximum twice. Brother,
NIMSDAI, thank you so much for making us.
Oh, sweetheart. Hello. Thanks for coming.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my
so
God.
much. I'm so grateful for this invitation, and if I would have missed it, I think.
Man,
regret.
super humble that you are here.
Thank you. My question to you is that during your experience climbing all the mountains, what kind of impact did you feel from the global warming?
The only one question that I was expected to be asked tonight. Thank you so much, ma'am.
And the second thing I would like to say is about Quantschnigg that you experience from our Nepali brothers and
Community,
sisters.
yeah.
I think they're shy. We belong to a very shy culture, and especially the Nepali men. They are not expressive. They are very shy about expressing their feelings. Yes. And especially, I'm really sorry about that.
Okay, good.
So I would apologize on behalf of
okay.
them. But I totally can understand their feeling. I'm sure they all feel very much in awe of you and your achievement. And the most beautiful thing was that, above all, the human value that you really showed us. And you're showing to the world what it means to be a human being. Not just simply because of your gutsy behavior, but you care about others. Not just about yourself, you care about others. That's what really makes it so special. And thank you for showing your very touching moments with your mother. I really felt it. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So, look, what I really believe is our home is our earth, our planet, right? Just to give you an example, if you think your house is a home, you could have lived there for a month, just like not even coming out. But when you leave it or you lock yourself in the building, you get upset, you get frustrated, you get stressed. In order to remedy that, you have to go outside. If you walk by the river or if you go for a walk, you always come with a better mindset. And that's why home is where we are happy. Right? That's what I believe. Look, as I said, I'm not a politician from a powerful country like US, China, or whatever you name it. Nor I'm Elon Musk, nor I am Jeff Bezos, billionaires. But who I am and what I believe is we all have to play our part in order to stop the global warming, in order to restore, the sustainability back. And what I'm doing as a NIMSDAI is mountains is my home. In a whole year, I will be on the mountains for 11 months, and I have seen a huge change from my own eyes. And it's very sad to see that millions of life directly depends upon that. To that point, I have started a big mountain cleanup project, and I have donated my book, which I think, I'm just gonna force it. This is probably $8 book, but Nirvana just gonna buy it for $500. It's gonna go all in the charity. Thank you, Nirvana. Okay, write his name. I want another volunteer. Second guy. No, I want to sell the book first. 5 books.
Just one more.
Gaurav, Nakim brother, $500. Okay, where's Gaurav? Nakim brother, thank you. Well, I can't force everybody. These friends, I can force it. Okay, guys, write the name. Okay, I need the money. Guys, 100 of this is not gonna go in my pocket. So, okay, 2 guys over there. Big man David, Don't sleep, bro. Write the name.
I'll
Okay,
take one.
Rudeep and
NIMSDAI? NIMSDAI?
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
take one, but
Yes,
with
thi-
one request.
I want to finish this.
No, you will. Don't worry about it.
Oh.
Now you will be in the eyes of the media all over the world. Please speak on behalf of the climate change.
I
About
will.
our mountains, how it is affecting our country, all the Himalayas.
100%.
Please
I
do.
will be doing that.
Thank you, and we will be very grateful for you. I mean, for your effort. Thank you.
No problem. That's why we are making the difference, right? So guys, we have got only 8 books here. And I know there are people in this room who can make the difference. So Migma, brother, thank you. Guys, it's $500, okay? But I swear, you know, you can get in $8, but everything is going for the Big Mountain Cleanup Project. And you can audit yourself. So, Gaurav. Okay. Bobby, thank you.
Gaurav is here, not hiding.
Hey, Gaurav, you need to take 2. Thank you. Migma, write the name. Migma gonna pay, okay? He was like, no, like. So 2 for Gaurav. Okay, there we go. Oh my God, I should have brought more, innit? Great. Bro, naam likhna hai free. Now, I literally have 2 more. Saguni. There we go. Okay, that's the last one. That's 1,000 for Amar Sonamdai. Thank you. Okay, guys, look, thank you so much. Sometimes you have to, you know. And I really love you all. Look, we're gonna have a big celebration tonight. It is our celebration, right? So we're gonna go into that cocktail bar and we're gonna have, you know, fun. Any more questions? Okay, Kath.
Congratulations on the film, by the way. It's epic.
Thank you.
What do you, I don't know how to word it really. How do you feel that this film is going to impact the lives of the showers who are working there?
I think this film will not only have a big impact on the life of Nepalese climbers, but it will have a big impact on everybody's life. This movie gonna replace Rocky IV. That's all I can say. You know, it's a real Rocky IV. Yes, Isan.
All right, so I would have asked him a lot of questions, but it will be technical and boring. But just, I think we could end up with this question. Torquil, what is the best and the worst part about working with NIMSDAI? Please be honest.
Well, I've not been asked that yet. The worst bit is he parties as hard as he climbs. So I spent 5 days with him in New York, and then I couldn't get out of bed. I'm sure it'll be the same over the next few days. The best thing for me, I just think he's a unique guy. I think he has I don't think there's been anyone like him. I think he has the deep spiritual understanding of mountaineering and what mountaineering means, and obviously the physiology as well. But he has the extrovert charisma and the cockiness of a UK Special Forces elite operative. That, you know, so you've got extreme mental toughness with the physical toughness. But then I think the thing that really sets him apart is this limitless imagination, the balls to say you're going to do it and then do it, which is extraordinary.
Thank you. Yes, brother.
Congratulations, Dean.
Thank you.
Just want to say that you will be the spokesperson for mountains and mountain community.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Cool. I think, okay. Yes, my brother. Last question, eh? Tapako second last question. Any last question? Sochu भन्ने कोही छ? छैन नि है? अन्तिम ल नानु ल है? Okay. Yes, my brother.
Congratulations, Names and the team. So it's amazing. So I just want to, we talk about the global warming. My name is Meg Ali, by the way. So I work with the rivers. And so these Himalayas, they're obviously the third pole. So they create many rivers. So actually they're the lifeline of 1.4 billion population, if you look at it. So I would like to request, so it's not only the mountains, the rivers are the source of civilization. If we don't protect those, the human civilization will die. So I think I would like to encourage or urge you all to work on the rivers as well. Thank you.
Sure, thank you. Thank you.
Because the rivers, so when we look at the rivers, they are either sand mining or, gravel mining or dams or throwing garbage. Look at the Bagmati, what we've done. I think we all need to work towards our rivers. So because they're dying.
Thank you,
the civilization will die.
Cool.
Thank you.
I think before I go into the last questions, guys, I have a request. You know that song at the end where we're dancing, Ute Basyo? Guys, do not forget to share in your socials. We need to make that hit. It's a Nepalese song. It's everything on national anthem there, and that's all I want to say for tonight. And thank you so much for being here with us. And thank you so much for sharing and being part of this amazing film. Thank you all, guys. Let's go out and start drinking. Thank you. Thank you, Torquil. Thank you for coming to Nepal.